Episode 2 is George's first real romance movie. It's still got, you know, all of the classic Star Wars elements. It's got a lot of battles and stuff, but the story is really centered around this love story between Anakin Skywalker and Senator Amidala.
In the earlier films, episodes 4, 5, and 6, there is a little kind of flirtation, but it's never carried very far. Obviously, Han Solo and Leia fall in love with each other.
You like me because I'm a scoundrel. There aren't enough scoundrels in your life.
I happen to like nice men.
But that isn't the sort of core of the story, and it takes place over 3 movies. This one, it's a much more condensed love story. There's still a lot of action and war. It's sort of a love story against the backdrop of a war.
When George first began to speak to me about episode 2, and George said to me, why don't you make a love theme? It's like the old Hollywood movies. It's introduced gradually when the lovers are reunited, not as lovers, but as acquaintances in the beginning of the film.
Anakin has been in love with Padme ever since he was 10 years old.
Are you an angel?
And he worshipped her when he was young, and now they're finally getting back together.
You're sweating. Relax.
I haven't seen her in 10 years, Master. When he first sees Padme, his attraction changes from when we first saw their relationship and how it left. You know, it was a much more childlike affection.
Annie? My goodness, you've grown.
So have you. Grown more beautiful, I mean. Well, for a senator, I mean.
Annie, you'll always be that little boy I knew on Tatooine.
Padme just thought of him as a little kid. So it's Padme adjusting to the fact that he's now a grown-up guy.
Sometimes we must do what is requested of us.
You've grown up. And all of a sudden he comes back and she's like, wow, you know, he's grown up into this handsome young Hayden Christensen. So their relationship really goes from this sort of her looking down on this younger guy to him sort of proving himself as a real force.
You are Annie! It is you! A Jedi! What do you know?
Fun of me.
No, I'd be much too frightened to tease a senator.
We have a much more romantic story, so that Padme's costumes are obviously more sultry in nature.
As George sort of progressed with the script, he sort of realised more that he wanted to show a softer, sort of friendlier side to Padme, where she could be looking sexy and gorgeous and young in skimpy clothes.
I think the biggest difference, I'm showing a bit more skin in this one. This is my sexed up version, I guess, of the Queen. I got over the hump of 18, so I'm allowed to show tummy now, I guess.
There's romance for, you know, the kids who love romance stories and young girls. Young girls will be in love with Hayden, and, you know, the guys are going to be excited because Anakin's character is exciting, Obi-Wan's character is exciting.
Escort the senator back to Naboo. She'll be safer there.
They have to travel together a lot because he's protecting her because someone's trying to assassinate her.
Don't do anything without first consulting either myself or the Council.
Yes, Master.
He's constantly telling the Jedi Order that Anakin's not ready to be sent off on an assignment on his own. He says that his abilities have made him arrogant.
Excuse me. I'm in charge of security here, milady.
That's not a good thing to be, and it's dangerous. And then they don't listen to him. And we all know what happens in the end.
Throughout the film, you know, they're put in these very extreme settings because they're in hiding that really lend themselves to, you know, falling in love. And they're spending a lot of time in a lakeside palace or in, you know, grassy fields. And it's really conducive to two people finding very passionate emotions for each other.
Padme's attracted to Anakin mainly for his looks. I mean, let's be honest now. He allows her to be a little less serious about herself and laugh a little and, you know, fall in love.
The love story is a very classic love story of forbidden love, two people who fall in love with each other when they really can't do that.
We could keep it a secret.
We'd be living a lie. I couldn't do that. Could you, Anakin?
It's a star-crossed set of lovers, really, where the lovers are separated by class or by family, as they are in Romeo and Juliet, or by rank, as they are in episode 2.
Be mindful of your thoughts, Anakin. They betray you. You've made a commitment to the Jedi Order, a commitment not easily broken.
He understands that as a Jedi, he's not allowed to fall in love, even though he feels so passionately for Padme, and it's this sort of, these conflicting emotions.
Well, there are Jedi rules, you know, and one of them is that you don't fall in love, and he breaks those rules.
He feels very passionately about becoming a great Jedi, but at the same time, he feels so passionately for Padme, and it's that confusion that really causes him all of his anxiety.
It's the same struggle for Padme. She's the sort of the more mature one, the more rational one, the one that's not letting her emotions run away with her.
It's really a struggle for her to say, you know, can I be selfish and fall in love myself when I have all these aspirations and all these things I need to accomplish?
So it's the struggle to sort of maintain some sanity in the overwhelming wave of chaos brought about by love.
He's holding me back!
We have a sense with Anakin that there's a dark side to him, and his dark side already clouds the relationship.
He does have an edge. He's got a sort of a James Dean, sullen edge to him.
She sees this sort of darkness to him, but obviously that's always intriguing. Girls always like the bad boys.
The anger is a product of his confusion. He's very passionate about it, the path that he wants to take as a Jedi. You know, he's very determined, and he feels like he's being held back. He wants to break free of that, but then at the same time, you know, he's found this love in his life, which takes him in a completely different direction.
The idealistic, sunny aspect, hopeful aspect of what we feel is balanced by the sense that experience gives us, that these relationships never quite work out the way we idealize them, and something will happen to tilt it.
If evil can love, then what is evil? If, you know, love is what makes you human, and then is someone who is evil human still? I mean, it just makes all the questions involving the film a lot more complex.
You know, they fall in love, and the struggle is whether they should